Go live, really? All right. Do we have any video at all? Do we have audio? Somebody throw in the chat if we have any kind of communication. If you can hear me, if you can see me. Hey, maybe? Hey, there we go. All right. It took me way longer than I wanted to get into this system, but we're in. Fantastic. Wonderful. I am Justin with the orange beard, as you can clearly see. Welcome to the AI Automation Masterclass. We are going to go over how to build out some automations. Specifically, we're going to build out a sales and marketing agent that will do all of the stuff that you need a sales and marketing agent to do. I am, again, the founder and CEO of Firebringer AI. We build tools like this. Now I'm basically going to give you my secret sauce today. You're going to get to see all of the things that we've built and how to build most of them. Just a quick background. I spent 22 years as a B2B sales prospector, meaning I did the cold lead generation, cold email, social media outreach, and direct phone calls, cold calling for those that are in the know. And I'm going to show you how we can build out something that can automate that. I've used automation for 20 years of my career. Granted, most of it wasn't really good. It was a lot of templated stuff. It involved like writing a paragraph and then including a tag like, "Hi, name. I know that you guys at company name are doing a thing. We work on X problem," right? And it wasn't always very good. So we are now using AI in the heart of that to make the conversation dynamic, to make the engagement and the unique outreach methods very, very dynamic and way more personalized. They actually feel more human, though they're less human, and that is allowing a lot of progress in getting the responses from those automations. So I'm going to show you guys how to build out today a social media marketing system that will do your content authority marketing, on-page SEO and off-page SEO. I'm going to show you guys how to build out a personalized at-scale email system and a smart autoresponder, and then an onboarding system to fine-tune and ease some of the burden of onboarding a client. So we're going to go over those builds. I'm actually going to build them out live. And then we're going to show a couple of demos of some stuff that we do. I'm going to make an offer. You guys are willing to accept or reject the offer, of course. And then I'm going to open it up to Q&A. So I hope everybody is on board with our system as I hit a button. All right. So, wrong button. And of course, I have my affiliate link in the chat so that if you guys want to if you guys are wanting to use this tool called make.com, I would love it if you guys would use my affiliate link because that would help me. And we're going to go ahead and get started. The first thing we want to do is our marketing, because as long as the marketing is going and it's consistently outputting content, we will have customers drip in more and more over time. People will be aware of our brand. They will know what we do, who we are, what problems we solve. So that makes that step a little bit easier. So we're going to start our marketing with some ideas. Now, I like to use Google Sheets, and I have a keyword tool. But what we can actually do is use an assistant that we made to generate keywords. So we're going to come here. We're going to open up our connection. It's taking a second to connect. And we're going to go find our keyword generator, Epic Content Creator, Content Cluster, and Silo. That right there. This is going to generate keywords for a specific industry. In this case, we are a recruiting company. It looks like I'm getting a lot of lag, but that may be various other things. We are a recruiting company and need to put information out to attract warehouses, who is our main audience for recruiting services. Okay, so we're going to hit OK. What we're going to do is we're going to quickly run this first module. And what it's going to do is it's going to generate a lovely little overtime and as you can see, it takes a little bit to write up the content, write up the keyword silos, but what we get is an array, and that array has all these keywords. Oh my goodness, there's so many keywords. So we're going to need to simplify that as an output, and what we're going to do is update. We can always add rows, bulk update, or what we can do is run in flow control an iterator. So we're going to take the array of result, and it's going to output a bunch of different stuff one at a time. It's going to output the keywords, and we're going to create a completion. And I have assistants that do different things, but we're going to use as few assistants as possible. We're going to use GPT and O1 models. We're going to use 4.0 Mini because that is the most cost-effective system. And we're going to add a message. Role is user, text content is value, and then we're going to put write a blog post for this keyword phrase, right? And then we can have it generate an image to go with it. So we go generate an image, and we're going to use DALL-E 3, and we're going to say generate an image fitting this post. And then you're going to put in your post to your platform of choice. And I would put one out for as many platforms as you can. I would specialize, like LinkedIn likes long form content, so use long form content. Facebook prefers short, Insta prefers pictures, Pinterest. Set your systems up so that it's automating across all the channels. You're going to set it up so that it's doing it every day, every 15 minutes, however often you need it to do that. And what you're going to end up getting, let's say we decided to do Facebook pages, right? We're going to create a post page, let's say massive lead gen for one. We're going to put out that result, and we're going to add that link, URL, boom, right? So now we've got something that will routinely generate a post. We click the auto align so we can see the whole thing. It'll routinely generate a post from the keyword, iterate it out, and create an image for that post and post that content on autopilot. Once I set it, run it, it does everything it needs to do. I don't have to mess with it anymore. And I will have consistent Facebook posts. And what we saw when we did this is that Facebook outreach and impressions increased by 600% after 5 days. Just 5 days of running this campaign daily, we got a 600% increase in reach on Facebook. I think we ended up with a 700% increase on LinkedIn around that same time period, and we even generated some content on YouTube. So there is your marketing. Now, your digital marketing assistant is going to cost you some money, but you can also set it up. Say you've got your WordPress blog. So we're going to delete this module. Your site is on WordPress, so we type in WordPress, create a post. And now you've got it creating your WordPress blog for your company website. You can also make sure that you put in the right slug. You can put in the status as publish, all of those things. And then you can have a Reddit post, a blogger post, all sorts of posts, including one of my favorites, Medium. And you can have that with a backlink in the content to your blog post so that you're getting some off-page SEO for good quality content, right? So essentially, all of your marketing, your social media, your authority content, your on-page SEO, and your off-page SEO are handled by multiple versions of this right here. And I'm going to upload the blueprint, which is a JSON file. You can import it into your own Make account so that you don't have to do most of the work. You're still going to have to sign in, create your own prompts and such, but the structure will be built out for you. And then you can run these on your own. We're going to go ahead and exit this. We're not going to save it because this is all new. The next thing we're needing to do is to get those first customers, right? We've got a new business. We've got our marketing going. Now we need to get some customers. So we're going to use a data set that we've downloaded, and we're going to go and get, they've rearranged some things in the last few days. Get range values. There we go. And we're going to access our Google Sheets. Now, there is a specific step. You got to connect to your Google Sheets. The system can walk through it with you, as well as various tools or videos walk you through how to set it up. We're going to select from a path. And we're going to say, we're going to go with CFOs just for the hell of it. We're going to connect to sheet 1, and then we're going to say A2, because that's where our first documented list item starts, colon, and it runs through, I believe it runs through M, and we'll go 30. Right, so that's going to read from A2 to M2, and then all the way down to A30 to M30. And then we can run that module. If we run that first module, we'll actually get outputs that give us all the information we need. And you see, it actually only has through E, because this is actually our call tool sheet, call forward sheet. So we take that information, and ideally we're going to want to have a web address, a URL for the company, something like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to have HTTP get, no, not the file, Justin. We're going to have HTTP get, make a request, a GET request for the URL that would be here. Now we're actually can convert this with a ChatGPT bot too, so it would say add https://kpfilms.com, right? So it would do that. And then it would bring back that text in HTML, raw. Now, it's going to be a lot of content when it does that. So what we want to do there is build out a text parser that converts the HTML to text. It does it with the data from here, so that all we end up getting is the text that's on the web page, not all of the tags and code on the back end. And then we're going to have a ChatGPT assistant. Message and assistant. And I've got a sales bot that is specifically programmed with all of the sales tech tactics and systems that I use. We'll go to sales bot. And we're going to say, write a personalized email, introductory email to, we're going to say, write to that first person using the text from the website as personalization context, discussing, solving, let's say we're a recruiting company, recruiting challenges with AI. Email should be personalized rapport for company, statement of problem, offer of potential solution, suggestion on next steps. So we go ahead and save that. And now what we're going to want to do here, and this, I've got a video of doing this on on this YouTube channel as well. So you can always check that out. We're going to actually have another ChatGPT to transform text to structured data. And we're going to separate it with our GPT-4o Mini from the result. We're going to separate subject from body, because it's going to write both in one text. And our email is going to request that we put those in as separate fields. So we create subject, description is subject, type is text. And then we're going to add one more, body, and data type, description is text. And now we're going to go to email, and we're going to send an email. We're going to add the recipient with their email address that we have from our sheet, which is right there. We're going to put the subject right there. We're going to put the body right there. And now we're going to do one more thing. We're going to have, well, we're going to do two more things. We're going to have it summarize the email. Now this is where we're getting into some next level stuff. This is the thing nobody else is teaching right now. Summarize the email sent. And we're going to put in the body here. And then we're going to go to our CRM. And for my CRM, I use high level. So we're going to go connect to our high level. We're going to search for contacts based on email. And actually, we don't even need to put in that. And then it will generate, it will find that contact. Now, here's the thing. If you'll notice, I don't have, oh, I do have add a note. They changed that recently too. Because I used to have to do it as an API call. But now I can do it as add a note. So we've got contact ID, but we're actually going to map it out from right there. And we're going to put the body in as the summary result. And now what we have is it will go through a list of contacts. It will scrape the website for the company, put that into text, write a personalized email with a good structure for that, turn that into structured data that it can input into the fields for the email. And on top of sending that email, it's going to summarize it and put it in under that contact as a note, right? So there's that one. We'll go ahead and discard this. And then we're going to build out what happens when somebody responds to that email, right? So we're going to go watch emails, criteria, only unread emails, and we're going to go to our inbox. But here's where it gets really fun. We don't care about this. We don't care about this. Subject, all we want is re. If somebody has responded to that email, we want to know it. So I'm going to select the first email so that we have one that we can look at. There's probably no unread emails in my box. Oh, there's one right there. All right. So we're going to run this module only so that we collect that data, so that we have that information as we move forward. Perfect. So we're going to take that email and we're going to feed it to our message and assistant ChatGPT. We're going to go assistant sales bot, of course, because that's the one I like the best. And we're going to say, given the following email body, write a response to persuade the sender to schedule a call. But we don't want to necessarily have this response go out if it's negative, right? So we're going to say, if it's negative, output bad response. Right? So now it's going to give us an output that we can then use to send the email back to them. We go with the recipient of who we received the email from, and if you go here, boom, right there. We go to the subject line. We actually are going to put in the same subject line they used, or that we used initially, which is right there. Boom. And then content, we're actually going to put in this result. Okay, but since we're having it filter out if we've got a negative, we're going to actually go into these. We're going to create a filter, label no, if condition is result equal to bad response, and then we're actually going to change that to not equal to. So it only goes through this link if the result does not equal bad response. So that means anybody that gets us a negative response, that puts out bad response and then doesn't email. Everybody else, it writes an email trying to guide them towards an appointment and then sends them that email. Right? And you could have this go on for infinite iterations. It could sit there and read and respond to all of your emails trying to further and further persuade somebody to buy. So, last but not least on our make scenarios is going to be the onboarding. Now, onboarding is tricky because it's going to vary from person to person. But what we can do is simplify some of this stuff by simply having our person fill out a form. And we like to use Google Forms. We're going to watch responses so that every time somebody fills out a new form, it tracks it. We're going to use our form ID that we have, which, don't I have a mapping ability here? No. So I've got test onboarding as one of them. So we'll go with test onboarding. And as it finds that and puts the form ID in, we grab that. We'll go from now on. Now, what we're actually going to do with that is we're going to, again, have in that form, as you can see, one of the requirements is a personal or business URL. It is required. So we're going to have the make automation get their website, similar to how we did with the personalized email, from that right there, raw HTML. And then we're going to add a chat GPT. Well, actually, we need to go to text parser first. Get that HTML converted to text, just like we did last time. And then we're going to have chat GPT help us come up with some information regarding our onboarding process. So we need to know what kind of things we need. So we've got our CallForge branded sales bot, right? We're onboarding for CallForge. So we need to have a structure, an ideal outbound cold message for the company whose website contains this text. Now it's going to look at that text, that website text, and it's going to structure an ideal outbound based on the CallForge branded sales bot. And now all we have to do is put that into whatever our tool is, right? So we have, for example, we are going to send them a Google Doc that has all of their information on how they should do outbound or how they should do recruiting. That's what the ChatGPT is going to create. We're going to put that into a document and create that document here with, you know, all of this information. Content's going to be the result. Name of the thing is going to be the name of our prospect. And boom, we've now got a, oh, we need to create a folder or log into our base folder. Boom. Now what we've got here is when somebody goes to our form, which we can have that email autoresponder push them to a form instead of these processes, instead of having them push to an appointment. So if you've got something that's low ticket or easy to sell, and you're going to sell them over email, and then they opt in, they buy, they go to the form to start their onboarding process. They put in their information, including their website. It scrapes their website, turns it to text, and then creates an output from that and creates a document that we can email to them. We can put into a Google Drive where we track it. You can create a system that uses a personality profile. If you're an educator, a consultant, a coach, you can use this ChatGPT to say, instead of how do we create a good marketing campaign or good ideal outbound cold message, we say structure an ideal education criteria or education curriculum based on the website's contents, right? All sorts of things we can do with that. So, essentially what we've built today, and this video, you will have the recordings of it. I'm going to create the blueprints and upload those by the end of the day as well, so that you can download those blueprints, import them into your own Make. The link in the description has my Make affiliate link, and the other link goes to our firebringerai.com website, where our special offer of the day is. Now, I want to tell you guys, I want to show you one thing before we get to that special offer. And that is this. This is CallForge. You cannot build this in Make. This was a lot of work, a lot of sweat and tears from my team, and a lot more tears from me, I'm sure. And magical coffee appeared. That's wonderful. All right, my phone is calling me. This is Justin.
Justin, we saw a question.
We solve staffing problems using AI tools. So just a quick question. Do you have challenges finding and retaining top talent?
Absolutely do, yes.
That's great.
Can be a real game changer. Would you be interested in exploring how AI can further streamline your recruitment process and help you uncover even more top-tier talent?
You know, it would make sense to use AI to help us recruit.
Absolutely.
How revolutionize the recruitment process by quickly identifying the best candidates and ensuring they're the right fit for your company culture. How about we set up a meeting to discuss your current recruitment needs and see how our AI solutions can provide value? Would next Wednesday work for you?
You know what? I would have time next Wednesday. Would 11 a.m. Central work?
Next Wednesday at 11 a.m. Central. We'll go over how our AI solutions can enhance your recruitment process. I'll send over a calendar invite shortly. Looking forward to our chat.
So we've got the calling AI that does the outbound cold call. So I want you to think about what we've looked at today. And again, you'll get the replay, you'll get the blueprints, and this is the special offer. This calling tool right here does cold calling. I would do cold calling at $80 an hour at my peak. I was doing about $80 an hour every contract. And you're looking at, I would do about 10 hours a week per client. I'd work 3 or 4 clients at a time. So you're looking at $800 a week. That's $3,200 a month. That's about right. $2,500 to $3,500 for somebody to do cold outreach. Now, I was doing the email and the email outreach and the direct social media outreach as well, but you're typically looking at that level of expense. Then your BDRs don't really do a lot of follow-up once somebody is in the pipeline. They move on to the account executive. So now we've got the autoresponder that's smart, that's doing the account executive's job. We've got the email tool and the phone call system that's doing the BDR's job. So you've got a $2,500 a month BDR. You've got a $4,000 a month account executive. And then we've got social media content being put out as well as SEO. Social media content, $3,500 a month. SEO, $3,000 to $5,000 a month. You're looking at more than $10,000 a month to have all of these tasks done by humans who specialize in it, whereas the AI can specialize in it and do it all in an automated process. Now, our calling tool itself is $1 a dial. So if we're running 50 dials a day, that's 1,000 dials a month. You're looking at $1,000 a month for just the cold calls, which is a hell of a deal. But we're going to throw in the email. We're going to throw in the smart autoresponder. We're going to throw in the marketing, which is called Brand Forge. The email is called Lead Forge, and the call tool is called Call Forge. We're going to put all of those together, and instead of 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, you're looking at 1,000 a month total for all of it. Now, I will tell you, this deal only lasts until midnight Central Time tonight. As it rolls around to 12:01, that price goes up to $2,500, which is still a massive savings to that 10,000 plus a month for humans doing this task. But $2,500 a month tomorrow or $1,000 a month today. There is no month-to-month contract or no contract term. It is month-to-month. So if it doesn't do the work, you don't have to pay for the next month. I'm not going to have you stuck in a product you don't like. On top of that, I will tell you it does take about 3 months for you to really get the traction into most sales cycles. But instead of you having to operate and manage and troubleshoot, this is a done-for-you service. So that $1,000 a month gets you cold calling, personalized cold email at scale, email auto responses, social media